So somewhere in this stretch of woods here, and it's determined by someone that roughly where this marker is, but who really knows, is when the most significant casualty of this entire fight happened. It was John Pegram. John Pegram was a fairly young man and a promising officer that was fighting for the Confederate Army. 3 weeks prior to this fight, John Pegram was in Richmond, Virginia, and John Pegram was at St. Paul Episcopal Church. The reason why he was there wasn't because of war. He was there because he had won the hand of an eligible woman that everybody in town thought was the most beautiful woman in Richmond, and her name was Hetty. Hetty was marching down the aisle getting ready to be married, and one woman described her with this beautiful pale look, her soft white skin and her flush rosy cheeks, the most beautiful bride she'd ever seen. And Pegram and Hetty were arm in arm being wed at that church. And it was such a big event that people like Jefferson Davis had attended the wedding, and his wife. It was a huge event for Richmond, and it was a bright light in a time when there wasn't many things to be happy about in this area for the people that lived in Richmond and Petersburg. And so this big major event takes place, they get married, and then it's back to the battle lines for him. 3 weeks later, John Pegram's out here in this field, and he is directing his men, and he is on his horse, and he's headed in this direction right there in front of me. Major Henry Kidd Douglas would then go on to describe what happened, and he said, "General Pegram was shot through the body near the heart. I jumped from my horse and caught him as he fell, and with assistance took him from the horse. He died in my arms just as he touched the ground." That was the end of John Pegram's life, right here in these fields. They boxed him up and they sent him back to Richmond. When he gets back to Richmond, he's laying in state in St. Paul Episcopal Church. His new bride of just 3 weeks is sitting by his coffin and weeping.